Harbor Freight has been coming out with a lot of really good pro-level tools. They're doing away with a lot of their cheap tools. And this month, man, they have got a lot of really good-looking new tools that I personally want to check out. Let's jump in and see what's new at Harbor Freight. Well, let's jump right into it. Here it is, the Tuesday after Labor Day. We're going to come over here and we're going to look at what's new at Harbor Freight. So the first thing is, now this is brand new. I've seen reviews. So the T10 Scan Tool was their last one that they released. And then now they have the T10, which is much more. I believe the T8 is $8.99. This T10 is a whole package for $16.99. It comes with quite a bit for $16.99. Now, is it worth it? I don't know. Only time will tell. It's brand new. I haven't even seen any reviews on this. I did see reviews on the T8, and there were mixed reviews. Some people found it to not be super beneficial. Others found it to be beneficial. All depends on who's doing the reviewing, too. If you're working at an independent shop and you're working on all kinds of cars, a little bit more realistic review versus if you just work on certain brands. So this actually comes with quite a bit. So it's $16.99, and this is what it looks like right here. So it's got topology. It's got a topology map, which is coming pretty standard now. The Top Don has that. Just did a video on that. It also comes with a borescope. Now, I don't know how good the camera is going to be. Time will tell on that. I know I have some really good cameras at work that weren't super expensive, but it's pretty nice that it incorporates it all into your scan tool there. It's got a nice docking station that charges fast. Let's see. And it also comes with Identifix, like quick code lookup. And I'll look at the list in a minute here. Some of the stuff, so it has an MDCI, you can see right there. It comes with an MDCI, which we've learned from the Top Don. The MDCI gives you the ability to have CAN FD. And this also gives you the ability to do ADOS. Now you'll notice that there's some alligator clips here, or some big alligator clips. That's because it does, we'll look it up, but wireless battery charging. So here's just some views from it. Let's see. I want to get this cookie screen off of here. All right. Let's see. So it's got the MDCI. It comes with a stylus. There is your camera. So there's your borescope. And there's your wireless charging. So let's go ahead and get out of this. And let's look at the product overview. So the product overview, it comes with integrated with TrueFix, OEM repair info. I don't know how accurate that is. Advanced topology mapping, wireless 12-volt battery testing, tester for testing the battery, starting and charging system, and also features a ripple detection, current and voltage test, and the ability to print. So the ripple detection is really important when testing alternators. If you can't test for the ripple, then your tester's not that great. We got the USB borescope. It comes with a code assist from Identifix, which I think all that's going to do is tell you 58 times it was the EGR valve and 30 times it was the oxygen sensor or whatever. So anyway, so that's it for that. I don't want to beat this one up too much. So that's $16.99. And then this is not new, but here is their, oh, actually I had it up here. Here is their T8 scan tool here. And this one is smaller. It's got an 8-inch screen. I believe the other one's a 10-inch screen. I think that's how they come up with the numbers. I have not used either one of these. However, Harbor Freight is starting to come with some better tools. Harbor Freight used to be the place where you went for cheap stuff. And now, I mean, cheaper than, Snap-on, but I mean, I think that their game is stepping up. They've, got a smoke machine like I showed in the last one, and It's made by Redline Detection, so you know it's a good smoke machine. And one of my followers on Instagram just showed me a video of it doing a smoke test on a car and seems to produce a lot of smoke. So it's pretty expensive for being an Icon tool. However, like I said, the Icon tools, I think they're stepping up. So anyways, this is something you want right here, especially in my shop. My shop, we have 12 other techs, and we only have two 134 machines and two 1234 machines. And so you can imagine 12 techs, 13 techs, we have a lot of cars come through. And so a lot of times you're waiting for an AC machine just to test for the pressures, just to see if we're going to upsell a evac and recharge or whatever the case may be. So this is a 134 gauge set, and this is 180. Pretty nice. You can, and you don't need a tank or anything like that. As long as your compressor is working, you can open the valves, and it allows the system to suck the Freon back in so you don't lose it. This is pretty nice. It's just a nice little open close, just a little lever type knob instead of, a knob that you turn until it doesn't turn anymore. So this is 180 here. Now this is pretty important in my opinion. I think this is going to be something you're going to want to have. Now so I have a set of 134 gauges at work, but they're not Icon. They are OMT. Now this is a set that you probably want because if you guys know, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a pain in the butt. I've actually talked to quite a few shops that do not service 1, 2, 3, 4 because it's very expensive. The machines are brand new, so they're very expensive. The Freon, oh my God, I saw a video the other day. I think a guy said it was like $100 a pound. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is very expensive. And these are 179, no, so 180 also. Now, the problem with 1, 2, 3, 4 is that the machines take absolutely forever. You can't just hook up a machine, turn the gauges, and start the car and look at what the gauges are doing. It has to go through this whole process of testing for contaminants, and it's such a pain to test with 1, 2, 3, 4. So having 1, 2, 3, 4 gauges would actually be really good. I actually wanted to get just some 1, 2, 3, 4 fittings to put on my 1, 3, 4 gauges just so I could check the 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyway, so that's 180. So you got 180 for both. Now let's go ahead and roll on right on to the refrigerant. We're going to just keep on with the AC. Now this actually looks pretty nice here. This Icon refrigerant leak detector. This is $179.99. Now, if you know, these machines are very expensive. We have a Snap-on one, and it doesn't work. It just stays calibrating forever, and it never uncalibrates itself. You will see here, this actually does 134A and 1234. So with this one here, it's got a 2.8-inch display, and it also, so 240 by 320 is the picture quality, and it 16 inches is how long the thing is. It's got 3 levels of adjustability, including a sweep mode to quickly locate leakage areas. Now that's actually pretty neat because a lot of times with these Freon leak detectors, you have to go slow. So anyways, so that seems pretty cool. 170, I don't know if it works. 170, if it works, then hey, that's great. That's fantastic. So that is the Icon Professional Refrigerant Leak Detector. All right, now this right here. So I am going to, now this is a pressurized abrasive blaster. Now this is a 20 pound, and then they have a 110 pound. So the 20 pound, we have either a 10 or a 20 pound at work. I'm not sure. But what we use this for is for walnut blasting. So we do walnut blasting, and we blast out the intake valves on engines. And we buy the walnut shells from Harbor Freight. We have the Harbor Freight, I don't think we have Central Machinery. We probably have, ours is red, so it's whatever their old one is. But you hook it up like that. And this guy's using an abrasive blaster to clean. We have adapters to clean out intake valves. So we have a whole kit, plugs them off. It's not a great kit, but it works. So anyways, so that is the 20-pound abrasive blaster. Now I'll show you a clip of what that looks like right now.
Before cleaning the valves, after cleaning the valves.
So that's a clip of what it looks like before and after using a walnut blaster. So that's why you'd want this. Now, this here is pretty interesting because, as we all know, cleaning stuff is just a pain in the butt. And if you work on old stuff, old engines, or maybe you're restoring cars, you're cleaning engine bays, things like that. Maybe this is something you want to look at. This is a pressurized abrasive blaster. So this is 110 pound, so it's going to hold more, and you can get. I know they have one or two different adapters for these things that are new right now. I didn't click on it because I wasn't really thinking about that until I saw this one. So this one's 110 pound. This is 170, and this is 90 bucks for the 20-pound abrasive blaster. So this one is definitely something you need. If you work on cars nowadays, this is something that you need because you're going to see Volkswagens and things like that at as early as 20,000 miles that the intake valves just get so covered in carbon, and then they can't seal, and they have intermittent misfires and rough idle and all kinds of problems with this carbon on the intake valves. Now, newer GDI vehicles, and that's for GDI vehicles. Now, newer GDI vehicles, I know like Toyota and things like that, they have the GDI injectors that fire the cylinder. Then they're coming with a regular fuel injector that's spraying fuel behind it to clean the valves. So I think that the newer system is not having as much problem with it because they have that additional injector to spray off the intake valve to keep it from carboning up really bad. So 90 bucks for that. Moving on. Now so there's two different carts that they're showing here that are new. Now there's this one here where it's got like 1, 2, like 6 drawers. They say it's 5 drawers. Okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so this is a 5-drawer cart for 279 bucks, 280 bucks, and it's a 30-inch 5-drawer cart. So for 280, you get a 5-drawer cart, 30-inch, and then they have this one here, which is very similar. This is a 30-inch 4-drawer cart. So it looks like the only difference is maybe right over here there was a difference in the drawer configuration. Now this one's only 230. So I mean, if you're looking for something like this, I personally like the cart that is sealed all the way down. Like my Sun X cart, and I mean Harbor Freight even has one that's all the way down. Its drawers all the way down. I don't like this open space right here. This open space, it seems like a good idea. Some people put their impact guns there. I used to do that a long time ago. But then what happens is it just ends up being a catch-all for crap. And I'm just not a fan. I don't like it. So for 280 bucks, and let's see if they tell you what the inside spec is for, let's see, 15,000 cubic inch total storage space. And then this one is 12,600 cubic inches. So the other one's 15,000. This one's 12,600. So they probably both the same as far as weight. Oh, this one actually can support up to 700 pounds. And this one only supports up to 580 pounds. So this purple, oh, okay, I clicked on the wrong color. Okay, so the 4-drawer cart holds up to 580 pounds, and that's 12,600 cubic inches. And this one here, which was purple, that's what threw me off. This one has 15,000 cubic inches, and it has 700 pounds. So for 50 bucks, that's what you're getting. You're getting 2,500 cubic inches more, and you're getting 100, more weight that it can hold. which is important because my cart's heavy and I have it loaded to the gills. So now new here, they're offering a side tray that you can get right here. This is, if you're interested in this is 22 bucks. Now, one of the downfalls to these type of trays here, and I've seen this happen, I can't even tell you how many times, something happens and this tray gets bumped, and then this part right here falls, and then everything falls out. I'm not sure if it's super easy to knock it out, but I know all of these trays that I've seen, unless this one doesn't fold down. Maybe this one is the handy folding shelf. Yeah, so this is a folding shelf. So I've seen these things get bumped, they fall, everything falls off. So for 22 bucks, you can get yourself a little side tray. Have more storage, or maybe you don't have a bench to work on. I see some people, they put their, they do brakes, they get their brake calipers clean there. And then now this is here. This is very similar to a lot of the other carts. I don't know how similar this is to the Sunex Tools one. That's the one that I have. It looks very similar. It's got the drawer here. It's got the two. It's got the trays down in the front and the back to hold your screwdrivers and things like that. Here's right here. You can put like ratchets and sockets and a razor knife, and then your screwdrivers over here. And then you've got a drawer. This is for your air tools. And then you got a drawer. So for $100, you can get this U.S. General mobile service tray. I think a mobile service cart is very, very important. I use mine all the time. Like I said, mine is Sunex Tools, and that's the only one I can vouch for. But this is new from Harbor Freight for $100. Now this just hit everywhere. I just noticed this everywhere, all over social media. Everybody's getting this and putting it through the paces, so you can actually go find quite a bit of videos on this. As far as if they're actually using them to take ball joints and stuff like that, I don't know. Now, I will tell you this. So I had a Harbor Freight version of this years and years and years ago. I used it for a long time. I did a lot of ball joints with it, and then one day the threads. Let me see if I can zoom in here. So the threads here stripped out, and it went back to Harbor Freight. And in my eyes, I thought this is a hand tool, should be warranted. So I went back, and they said, "Oh, this isn't a warrantable item." And I said, "Well, you guys didn't tell me that. This is a hand tool. As far as I know, hand tools are warranted forever for Harbor Freight." So they warranted that one out for me, and they said they'd never do it again. And the first time I did ball joints on it, it stripped out. So I don't know if this one is any different. I know it's very similar to Snap-on, but I can tell you right now that this portion and this portion right here is not going to be the same as Snap-on. Now, I just saw a video of somebody comparing. So this has a ball detent in here that locks it onto here that keeps it together, which one of the biggest problems with ball joint tools is keeping them all held in place while you get everything all set up. They always fall off, and you get ready, you get it all set up, and then you bump it and everything falls on the ground. So this one here uses a ball detent, and I guess Snap-on has like a snap ring that keeps it all locked in place. So this is a 20-piece set for $200. And let's see, does it have a lifetime warranty? That is the kicker. Lifetime warranty. Oh, there you go. So why not get the Icon? If the Icon works half as good as the Harbor Freight, as the Snap-on, then, if you can get your ball joints done, go warranty out your parts. Free lifetime warranty. Now, I don't know how I feel about these extendable ratchets, but I'll tell you what, I need to get a 3/4 drive ratchet. I actually am in the market. I'm searching for a 3/4 inch ratchet and a 3/4 inch socket set. I have a cheap set from Harbor Freight that I use that are big and they're 12-point, but I want to get a nice impact 6-point set of 3/4 drive stuff, because when you work on diesels, things are tight. So this is a 3/4 inch ratchet, and it's by Quinn, so $70. And let's see, I believe it has a lifetime warranty. and the specs are it goes from 24 inches to 39, almost 40 inches long. So not too bad. 24 tooth mechanism though. That's the only bad thing. 24 teeth. That's going to be a rough click, and you're going to have to move it quite a bit to get a click. But then again, I mean, 3/4 drive, you're not really looking for a quick click because you're using it for big stuff. You're breaking something loose. Now, my coworker he bought a jump starter from Harbor Freight, and I don't know if it's this one or not, but he got it not that long ago, and it was fairly new. I don't know when this one came out, but this is a Viking 2000 peak amp, lithium ion jump starter, power bank. They're all power banks now. You can charge your phone. You can do all kinds of stuff. So, okay, all right. So I actually got this little situation here. I got one of these from the TikTok shop. They sent me a jump pack like this. It was a POW or something like that, and they wanted me to review it. And I already had a JNC jump pack, a jump and carry, which you can't beat jump and carry on the jump packs. And so, anyways, they gave it to me, and I got it, and I had a Honda Civic that had a low battery. I did an alignment, and after doing it, the battery was dead because the brake pedal was left on. And when I went to jump it, this little jump pack that I had, it wouldn't even jump the Honda. And it had this same exact little system here. You have to push a button right here. The cables aren't very big, and they're very short. So I don't know if that's similar. I don't know if that's an indicator that it's the same type of, thing that I got from TikTok. I'm not sure. I sent it back to them. I said, I'm not promoting this. And they sent me a label, and I said, here you go. It's got a light, a strobe. It's got several different functions. They say it starts 6-liter diesels, starts up to 8 liters, up to a V10, but all jump starters say generic numbers like that, and it doesn't work like that. So anyways, it is $130. My personal recommendation, I wouldn't try it. I would go buy either a Top Don or a JNC. I have a Top Don. The only thing I don't like about the Top Don is that the cord is only like this long, similar to the one on here. My JNC, the cables are like this long. So that's what I personally recommend, because you don't want to spend $130 and have it for a little while and it doesn't jump cars, and then you can't take it back because it's electronic, so the warranty is going to be very minimal, I would imagine. 90 days. So you'd have to put it through the punches for 90 days to hopefully figure out if it works or not. So, but hey, let me know in the comments down below if you have this and if you like it, if it's worth it, or if you had to take it back. Next up, now this is just a drive oil filter socket set. This is for the cartridge style, so you're taking off the canisters. So this looks like, this doesn't look like anything that I would buy, but trying to see what the sizes are that they are offering here. It's got a product overview. All right, product overview, so doesn't really specify. Europe, Asian, vehicles, they're low profile. I mean, about the only sockets that I have the smaller ones here, and those are for like the Ecotech motors where the oil filter is down low, down in the front of the engine, and the intake is like this. And you can't go straight down with a socket. You actually have to go with I can't remember if you can go straight down with a socket or if you have to use a wobble, but you can't use a regular socket. You have to use a low profile, and it's like that long. So I have a set of those. But anyway, so $40 if you don't have oil filter sockets for the cartridge style. This is $40 for a 7-piece set. It says it right there, 7-piece. All right, now this is new to them. Now these are tools that back in the day, this was all I had. I only had sockets like these universal wobbles, and they're not super strong. They break. And so you definitely want impact wobble sockets. I have impact wobble, quarter, 3/8, half, deep. I have all bunch of different kinds, magnetic. But you want these sockets because those impact wobbles, the body of them are too big, and they don't flex as much as these do. So you have a little more flex with these. The only problem with these is that they break. I mean, but the good news is there's a lot of Harbor Freights around, so you should be able to go and get it warrantied. This is an 11-piece set, and this is $120, lifetime warranty, and it goes from 5 to 14. I have a Capri Tool set of this, and I believe mine goes 5 to 15. I mostly only use the 7, 8, and 10, but I have a whole set of those. And then that was 120. And then they have a standard set. So you got 6 standard sockets. That's going to go quarter to 9/16 if you work on old stuff. We don't work on old stuff really where I'm at. So the metric's 120 and the standard is only 60, but you're only getting 6 sockets. And those should have a lifetime warranty because that is a hand tool. Lifetime warranty. All right. Next up, we got. Now, this is the modular general service kit here. This is a 3/8 set, and then they have a quarter drive set. So the 3/8 set is $150, and that is a 54-piece set. Now, let's see what comes with this. So let's see, we got a ratchet, we got a universal, we got 2 extensions and 2 reducers. So this is going to be a 3/8 drive, 3/8 drive to quarter drive, and then this is going to be a quarter drive to 3/8 drive. So where you can adapt your quarter to 3/8 and 3/8 to quarter. As far as sockets, it's probably going to be metric and standard. Let's see. They're not really telling you what the sizes are. Let's see if specs tell you. Okay, so the metric, you're going to get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So no skips up to 19. And then you're getting a quarter up to 7/8. And then the same thing in the deep. So you got 8 to 19 and quarter to 7/8 in both metric and standard. And that's the 3/8 drive. That's $150, and that is Icon, not Quinn. So lifetime warranty on that as well. And now we have the quarter drive. So the quarter drive's cheaper, obviously. It's $100, and it's only 48 pieces. I think this one was 54, right? Yeah. So 54 on the 3/8 and 48 on the quarter. So the quarter is going to be $100, and let's see. The quarter you're going to get, let's see, we got standard 5/32 up to 9/16 and 5 milli up to 14. That's a bummer that they don't go to 15. You really want 15 milli on the quarter drive stuff. Let me tell you, it's a pain in the butt if you need a 15 and you don't have it. So that is the modular sets, and those come with a box as well. So it comes in a carrying case. So if you want to put that in your car. All right, next up, we got the 3/8 drive. Looks like standard and metric extractor bolt set. So these things are pretty good. So it looks like $30 for the metric and standard. So 30 for each. I mean, you want both because sometimes the way these things work, if you were to zoom in here, so the way that they work is you've got this star type, this biting type action, right? So you're going to hammer it on your socket and you're going to try to break it loose. So what happens though is as you try to break it loose, sometimes these right here, it doesn't grab enough and it slips on the socket. Well, then the problem with that is you would think you could just go get the next one smaller. Well, a lot of times the smaller one is too small. So in a perfect world, you kind of want the metric and standard because sometimes you try the metric and it's a metric bolt. You try the metric, it rounds, it doesn't take it off. And then you can grab the standard and you can get the standard to bite. So that's kind of why you want both metric and standard. So here we are, $30 for each. It's 9-piece metric and 9-piece standard. Now let's make sure they have a lifetime warranty because that is something you definitely want. And they have a lifetime warranty as well. So not too bad there, provided that the sockets aren't too big, to get into certain places. That would be your dilemma, is if they're too fat. But they look like they probably would be all right. Next up, we got the 20-ton H-frame floor shop press. Now this is $250. I have not used this one, but I have used a Central Machine. I thought I had used a Central Machinery press. Maybe it was a different Harbor Freight press, but I have used one from Harbor Freight. We had one at, I don't know, last shop I worked at, and we used it quite a bit. So didn't really have any issues with it. So $250, 20-ton H-frame floor press. And then from there, see where I'm at now. We have something like this. Now ours is even different than this. So this one here, you got a hydraulic and you have a manual. But ours even has a cage on the side I believe, for struts as well. So ours is a Big Daddy. But looks like, so for $250, the 20-ton frame, the H frame, and then for 12-ton, you can get an H frame press for $170. So a lot cheaper, but a lot less power. And then the warranty is probably just going to be very minimal, 90 days. Traditional warranty. And then we have the Braun 1400 lumen hands-free rechargeable headlamp. So looks like it pivots in all different directions. $35. I believe my Streamlight twin task headlamp looks like it'll lock on to a hard hat. $35. My Streamlight isn't a whole lot more than that, I don't believe, and it's way better. What I like about the Streamlight one is that, so you have this battery pack on the back here, and when you have a battery pack back here, it's a pain in the butt because if you lay on a creeper, it's right there. It's right on the back of your head. So it doesn't work. So what I like about the Streamlight one is you can actually roll the battery pack over to the side while you're laying on a creeper. And then also the Streamlight one, it's the size of this portion right here. So this has a whole lens that sticks out. The Streamlight is just this portion right here. So you find yourself with headlamps like these where when you try to go in places, they're sticking up and they're hitting and they're getting in the way. And so this one, my Streamlight's really nice because it's really small. So I'll put a link down below to the Streamlight one because that's the one I strongly recommend. But this is $35. It's brand new. It's 1400 lumen. And what kind of warranty? Looks like 90-day warranty. So traditional warranty on that. All right. So let's check out the members only deals. Now, this is if you're on the Inside Track Club. I was a part of this for a while. I bought lockers way whiles back, and it was worth it. And then I let it expire because I didn't use them. I didn't use it at all. And then I just recently bought my new lockers, and it was cheaper to buy the Inside Track Club, and I got a discount. So if you have the Inside Track Club, you can get $100 off the T10 Scan Tool. You can save some money on a pressure washer. Now, these pressure washers here, you can't get them in the store. I don't know if that's only California or if that's everywhere. But in California, here we went and tried to look. My son was going to do a pressure washing business thing. He was going to try to start cleaning driveways. And we went in to look at them, and they don't have them in the store. So I don't know if that's all Harbor Freight, just in California, not sure. So anyways, you can save some money there. You can get some jack stands. You can get a little case here if you like guns or whatever you want to put in it. I don't know. Another one down here. Let's see. You can get a generator. You can save like $50 on a generator. There's the T10 Scan Tool for $100. You got some wrenches, another box, another pressure washer. Nothing super. Welder, you can get a $500 welder for $60 off. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God, you can save $140 on this welder and $100 on this welder. So not bad. I mean, if that's what you're looking for. We used to have a Harbor Freight one at my last shop, and somebody did some tack welding for me with it. It worked okay, but I mean, it wasn't a gas welder. So here you go. Here, a 1-inch impact has 2,500 foot-pounds. So that's what you need right there. We used to work on MPRs at my first flat rate shop, and we had a 1-inch impact, and we had a special air hose with a special air fitting that was piped in just for the 1-inch impact right inside the door. So we could just run the hose. We would put them right outside, run the hose, and this thing would just blast off. But nowadays, I mean, with the cordless tools, the cordless tools are taking off lug nuts now. I mean, where I'm at now, we don't have an air hose or a 1-inch impact, and our cordless tools are taking off the lug nuts on the MPRs. So kind of almost don't need that for lug nuts at least. So not really seeing anything else exciting down here. Sawzall, Quinn torque wrench. I'm hesitant on torque wrenches, buying cheap torque wrenches. Battery maintainer. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. You get a drill press here. Master puller set here. You can save what, $20 to $46 on this master puller set. That actually looks like it. Oh, that actually looks like it might be worth it right there. Look at that. I think I looked at this my last video. So this has got quite a few different adapters to make your own pullers. So different style pullers. So that might be worth it, especially if you're trying to pull something and, you're not able to adapt to it. You don't have the right puller for it.
After watching this, I'm sure that you're going to be pretty amazed at some of these tools from Harbor Freight. Some of them you might have already seen on social media. Some of them, maybe you didn't even know that they came out with them. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any of these new tools or if you plan on getting any. Thanks for watching the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. You get notified of all my future content, which you definitely don't want to miss. See you guys next time.